more than 10 years to something like, but look at it now. I am so stupid. Before we went to France, I was rushing to do so many things, and then I forgot to deadhead my foxglove, and all of them have produced the seeds, and I think they died. Oh my goodness. Oh well, I'm gonna collect the seed for you guys then. And I collect the seed from the bottom here because the bottom always ripe before the top. You can see the top here still green, they don't have seed yet, and in the middle they're probably developing the seed, so the seed might not be viable for germination yet, but the bottom is, ripened and they're ready. But if you have a new flower bed that you wanna grow foxglove, you can just cut the whole stem like this and then just shake it. Then the seed will spread everywhere. Okay. Because I'm gonna collect a lot of seed, I'm gonna do this instead. Just cut it off, the whole thing. Cut the top off. Then I'm gonna just drop the seed upside down, like in the mesh bags like this. Then just shake it. Holy moly, now I can open foxglove flower farm. Look at this guy, they are dying. The leaves are getting yellow and brown. This one I deadheaded before I go to France. Look at that, right? And see the flowers producing. Do you see, because I deadhead that one, the leaves also looks a lot healthier than the one that I did not deadhead. Still look green. Ta-da! Not only the petunias that get haircut, I also get haircut too. It's a little shorter this time because it was my fault. I told the barber that I wanted my hair to be short, but it turned out that it's a little shorter than I expected. But I am healthy and I am happy. I am well fed, so my hair gonna grow fast too, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And that is the same thing for our petunias. Look at them, they grow back so fast. You see the babies trying to grow from the stems. See, that's all new shoots. And this is just 1 week, they look healthy and happy already. Now there's a million of baby shoots trying to grow. This one struggling because of the sunflowers. No.
Bye-bye.
Ah.
Wow. I thought it was a single flower, but look at all the babies. I just realized.
You see, this planter get the very same irrigation system, but because of the sunflowers, the soil dry very fast. This one is unbelievable. Sent out so many flowers already. You see the soil here very moist because we got rainstorm the other day, and our petunia really love the rain. So again, it is very important to keep your petunias hydrated during the summertime, especially on a hot day. Whenever they get heat wave, you want to make sure that you soak them with a lot of water. And now I am back from vacation, I'm gonna make sure of that. And there is one more thing that you can give a little boost to your petunia to make sure that they continue to bloom beautifully throughout the summer until fall. This might be a little controversial and I might got people unsubscribe to my channel, but I'm gonna say it. This stuff is really bad if you use it without precaution. If you overly use it all over the place, all over your garden, because it's not, how can I say, it's not natural. It is synthetic. It is, something that it's like medicine, It is not food, okay? If you want to be healthy, you want to eat fruit, you want to eat vegetables, you want to eat healthy food, and you can take supplemental vitamin, only as needed, only like from time to time, not all the time. So same thing as plant too. I don't use this synthetic fertilizer a lot at all. I only use it to fertilize some of the seedlings that need, additional support, and also for this petunia, because they really need a lot of nutrient. And this time of the year, I treat them with synthetic fertilizer about once or twice, just to give them a little help to make sure that they continue to bloom. You can see here, this one is very old because I didn't use it a lot at all. And the blue thing, get to the bottom, so I'm gonna take it out. See, this is probably 2 years old because I don't use them very often at all. So I'm gonna mix it back. Usually when you get it from store, they should look like this. But now because, I left it alone for too long, need to remix them. And I'm gonna use about, this much. Put in the watering can, fill with water. Also mix. I am making a little holes here because I want to make sure that the liquid fertilizer can, go into the soil, not drain on the side of the soil, because over time, after the roots has grown a lot, and because of the heat, because of the compaction in the potting mix, the water can drain right to the bottom. So I want to make sure that the liquid fertilizer kind of stay in the soil. This will help aerate the soil, the potting mix too, after it got compacted. Now I'm gonna water it right to the soil. I don't water the leaves or the flowers. I water the soil, the potting mix. Okay? And this one, because of the sunflower roots, you see the soil is very, very compact. Look, very, very compact. So I'm gonna do a lot of pinching. And I'm gonna give this one a little extra liquid fertilizer because the nutrient has been depleted from the, sunflowers. A little more. You might have been told that we should feed our petunias every 3 days, every 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 2 weeks, There's no rules at all. I only feed my petunia with liquid fertilizer whenever I really have to. And this is all I give to them this season, since, I started them. Because I have given these planters, this petunia, very high quality compost, potting mix, fertilizers, okay, from the very beginning when I planted them. So I don't have to feed them with this liquid fertilizer at all. But I am doing it because I want to make sure that they grow faster for next week, because there's very important person coming to visit my garden. Do you remember in spring I cut this lantana very, very hard? Wow! Whoop! Backfill a little bit with this homemade compost. When you move the plants from indoor to outdoor, they're gonna get some leaf damage like this from the sun, and they're gonna shred all these leaves, and then they're gonna send out little new leaves, and eventually, you know, they're gonna look full and rush again, and then they're going to bloom for you. I'm gonna prune this one a little harder. This one look really sad, but believe me, in just a few weeks, they're gonna come back. This stem pretty weak, cut it off. You can see the new growth here is a good sign. Guys were yelling at me saying like, Crane, why are you killing your lantana? But look at it now, ha ha ha. And look at this one, unbelievable. I save a lot of money by saving this lantana, you know, by overwinter them inside in winter time, then took them back in spring, trim them very hard, but at the same time I repot them, give them high quality compost, fertilizer, and new soil, new potting mix. Look at them now. And hummingbirds really love this guy. Our Sweet Williams have produced the seeds. Yay! And the smartest gardener like me going to collect the seed. And that's also because I am cheap. I don't want to spend money on seed next year. And also, I want to collect the seed and I can share with you guys too. Whoop. And just put the flowers in the bag. Check it. Then the seed that have ripened will fall into the bag like this. If you remember, I cut down the Sweet William on the right side back to the ground. Alright. They now produce a lot of new leaves and become very bushy like in early spring. Some of them have rebloom, but stem is like very short, which is okay. And the one that I did not cut back doesn't look that bad at all. But of course, because they are producing seeds, they look, you know, kind of brown and kind of little ugly. But when you look at them from far away, I don't think they look that bad at all. But I am going to cut them all to tidy up the garden. Here we go. See, the one that I just cut back look a lot less healthy than the one that I cut back a while ago. Because the plants use all the energy to produce flowers and seed, they look pretty exhausted in comparison to the one that, you know, I cut back the flowers a while ago. And a few weeks ago, I also repot this Sweet William. Because I really love this color and I want to isolate them for producing the seed of this color. However, some of them doesn't make it because I think they're probably like 2 years old, you know, they're done. This one is reblooming, so I'm gonna leave this to produce the seed and I'm gonna collect the seed separately from the other color. These two are trying to grow back. We'll see what happens. This part is totally dead because, see, the stem is pretty old. I kinda knew from the beginning. Well, you win some, you lose some. Now the one in the front right there, totally dead. Look at that, they are done. Totally done. But there's a lot of seeds here to collect. Seem like pretty brutal to my garden and seem like I'm taking away the plants, the flower from my garden. However, look at this guy. This is 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4 o'clock flowers. They're going to bloom later in this spot. And that's the next trick from me, to have flowers in your garden blooming forever. To always have the flowers in your garden is to interplant the flowers together, different kind, with something that bloom in different time of the year. Just, you know, plant them mixed in together. I have this Sweet William, right, that bloom in spring. And now I have this Logia coming, and this, I forget the name, also Echinacea right here. Gonna chop this up, and it will become, you know, mulch / compost on this spot. kind of look messy, but this guy is gonna grow big. You know, it's gonna block the whole thing here. This will also help preserve water in the soil, which is again beneficial for our flowers. You can see here I use like garden scraps, the old stem, stick, dead plants to mulch. They will eventually dry and look like a straw like that. Doesn't look that ugly at all. You're probably asking, Crane, how do I know this is going to work? Believe me, it's going to work, and I have done this probably 2 or 3 times already. I have been saving Sweet William seed from my garden from last year. The one that I grow here, I saved the seed from last year. Okay, and then I sow the seed around like maybe August or September, and then I plant them out in fall, and then I let them go dormant in winter time, and then you know they start coming back in spring, and then they bloom now. I mean in like late spring, and then I save the seed again like this. However, this time I'm going to share the seed with you guys instead of keeping them all for myself. You can store your seed in an organza bag like this, okay, or paper bag, but you don't want to store your seed in plastic bag because it will build up humidity inside the plastic bag, because plastic bag does not allow air to go into the seed, and when the seed got too humid, you know, they will not be viable for germination. They will kind of rot. Oh my goodness, a lot of seed we have here. Nothing. Wanna eat? Wanna eat? Come on, meow, 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 meow. Come on. Feed, come on. Come on, it's okay. This summer Finn getting very close to us, especially Jason. If you know Jason sitting here, he wouldn't mind to come in. Oh. Finn, like it? One more thing that you can do to make sure that your flower garden looks beautiful all summer long is to prune them strategically. When I plant this garden in fall, I expect that this garden will be about this low, just like this little guy, you know, like just lay low like that. However, I made a mistake by adding this perennial sunflowers. I didn't know they're gonna get this tall because, you know, when I transferred them from the other spot of my garden, and that spot has poorer soil, so they stay low. But when I put it here, they're just too happy to be here, so they get a little too tall. Look at them. Wow. This is what I want, kind of short and, you know, mingling, hugging each other. Something like that. Something like that side, you know, not the other side that the sunflowers get very, very tall. But I'm not going to complain because in a few weeks, our sunflowers going to bloom very beautifully. For example, this Verbena bonarensis flop on the walkway like this. It looks too messy, too like unorganized. So what I do is just cut it off from the walkway. Cut it off. Yay! Now I have this beautiful flowers. And again, when you cut off this, the plant will have more energy to produce more bloom and also to make more compact, to be more compact too. This time of the year, you want to focus on maintaining your wildflower garden. I know we creating wildflower garden, and they can be wild, but believe me, you don't want it to be too wild. You want it to organize a little bit. You want to keep pulling weed. You want to keep deadheading. You want to, you know, pruning the dead stuff from the garden, and your flowers garden going to look a lot more beautiful. This is porkweed, a real native flowers in New Jersey. It supports so many wildlife and butterfly and whatever. But I'm not letting it grow in this garden because they're going to spread so bad. I will let it go on the other, you know, spot of my property, but not in this garden because I don't want it to choke all the other flowers. You know what I mean? This poor little salvia and these flowers, you know, suffering because this guy like kind of choked them, you know. Gonna cut it off. Look at that. Oh, I'm sorry. Now this guy flopping because it didn't get full sun because of this, you know, pokeweed. So I'm gonna give it a little support by finding, you know, maybe like dead stick from my hydrangeas. Oh my god, this thing's so bad. Find some dead stick from my hydrangeas. Oh, here, this one is perfect. Cut it. Now I'm gonna put this in the ground right here, maybe right here. And chip. Give this little guy a little support. Go. Yep. Cut this off a little bit. There you go. This puppy drop on the walkway. Cut it off. This one's so bad too. I hate it. Oh. After pulling the weed, especially the pokeweed, it will allow more air, more sunlight to this garden. This is forget-me-not and they drop the seed. And those are forget-me-not babies. Now they get more light, more air for them to develop this summer and will bloom beautifully in next spring. My salvia is supposed to look lush and healthy like that. That one got choked by the pokeweed. Now after they getting sunlight and they don't have to compete for nutrient and water from the pokeweed, they will develop and then they will bloom again beautifully later in the season. Our white light sunflowers has bloomed. They are the cutest thing, oh my gosh. This one take a little bit more time to bloom, but because I grow them in the cut flowers row with a lot of nutrient, compost, fertilizer and water, they are going to develop so much bigger blooms. And Steve sunflower has bloomed too. This one is the most expensive variety. It's developed by Steve, a sunflower breeder, and he take years, I think more than 10 years to develop this variety. I regret that I should have fertilized them and give them more compost so they bloom more beautiful like what I did last year. I'm sorry.
I heard from a friend of mine who saw you just the other day. Oh, I guess that you were back in town. It's been a long time since you've been around. Remember when we used to make the streets unsafe together, baby? We were young and foolish then. Oh, how I wish we could go back again. I've decided it's been too long, baby. Reaching out to touch your heart, hope for a maybe. I get a one-way ticket down to memory lane. There are two hearts beating, just nothing will ever be the same. Had a chance, babe, to work it all out, but we blew it on our foolish ride. And now I wanna scream and shout, I love that I love you. Wanna shout, I love that I love you, baby. We had a chance, babe, to work it all out, but we blew it on our foolish pride. And now I wanna.
Actually, the trick or maybe the tip or maybe my take, okay, on having flowers bloom summer long is to never give up. Never give up. Just keep doing it, keep trying it, observing it, then improve the next time or try new things. Just keep growing. These are 2-year-old hollyhock that survived winter last year. This year is not the best year for hollyhock for me at all. But look at the flowers, they're so cute. Yep, look at this guy. That from last year, see? See, that's the old stem from last year. and this year it sent out new stem from the bottom. From fall last year to early spring this year, I have lost so many groundhogs to the hollyhocks, but I never give up. I just keep sowing new seed and then keep planting them, keep taking care of them. That's the hollyhock that I started in early spring this year after I lost a lot of them in fall. It's so healthy, but because I just started in spring, they're not gonna bloom this year, which is totally okay because they're gonna bloom beautifully next year, and plus I have other flowers are blooming around it. I forget this name. Have the Verbena bonarensis, gooseneck loosestrife, and that's the snapdragon flopping so bad because I forget to stake them. Dahlias are coming up. More dahlias. That's a whole big batch of zinnias. Every blue hydrangeas. That's not the variety name. I just come up with that. Unbelievable. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Calla lilies. Calla lilies. Cosmos. You can have your flowers bloom forever by allowing them to self-seed. This is the 4 o'clock that it self-seeded from last year. A lot of them are coming up in between the bushes. For annuals, cut and come again flowers like cosmos, these guys, like zinnias, like dahlias, you have to keep deadheading them, period. It's a requirement. You have to believe me on this one. If you let them go to seed, they will really stop blooming. You really need to deadhead them, okay? You can try, maybe leave one of the plant, leave them alone, let them go to seed, and the other plant that you have, you can keep deadheading them, and you see the result in the end of the season. I'm sorry, I can't let you go to seed. Bye-bye. See, this one have to go, so the energy go to this one and will bloom beautifully later. Actually, I should bring clippers. If you're running out of time, you can just dip like this, okay? But it's gonna leave this sticky stem like this. Doesn't look pretty, but I don't know. Wow, a lot here. Bye-bye. This is bad. Like this one. And again, if you forget to deadhead them, maybe you collect the seeds. Like this one. A lot of them here. This one. And this will be beautiful flowers next spring. I hope I get to share some of the seeds with you guys too. I might do the raffle in the next video, so please stay tuned. And before I go, this is my last advice for this video, okay? You want to think about your garden next spring, in summer. Okay, let me rephrase that. In summer, you want to think about your garden next spring. You want to think about the specialty, beautiful double ruffle tulips and daffodils, that you want to have them bloom in your garden next spring. You want to start looking for the bulbs, okay, and order them. The company will ship to you in fall, and then you bury them in fall and have beautiful flower garden in spring. You want to think about the perennial flower seed that you want to grow, something like rudbeckia, right? Because you're going to order them now, sow them in fall, plant them in fall, then have them bloom this time of the year in summer. You want to think about the discount plant at the garden center. There will be a lot of discount perennial plants. You can buy them, divide them, or whatever, then bury them in your garden. They will look bad, they will look sad, but next year they will bloom beautifully for you. You want to think about maybe cleaning up your garden, you know, making some space for next year. And I promise you, this is my last advice. The last thing is to enjoy the flowers that are blooming in your garden now. Don't think about the past, don't think about future. Just enjoy the moment, enjoy whatever's blooming in your garden. All right, the plane is coming, which is very, oh my God, every time. All right, I'm not refilming this. All right, you guys, please have a wonderful, beautiful summer this year and enjoy the moment. Bye bye, love you all.